Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, and Environment Canada has issued multiple weather alerts. We're talking about a major winter storm heading for southern Ontario with 20 to 40 centimeters of snow. The Greater Toronto area will see this snow starting tomorrow. But first, we're dealing with extreme cold. We're experiencing some of the coldest temperatures in years, and Toronto hasn't seen cold like this since January 2018. So let's get right into it and break down everything you need to know. Right now at Toronto Pearson Airport, we're sitting at 16 degrees with a wind chill of -26. Environment Canada has issued an official extreme cold warning at 4:39 a.m. Eastern Time this morning. This is an official government weather alert continuing into Saturday morning with wind chill values reaching -30 to -33. At these temperatures, frostbite can develop on exposed skin within just minutes. This is all thanks to a weakened polar vortex that's allowing Arctic air to push south across most of Canada. Now for today's forecast in Toronto, we're looking at a high of only -12 degrees, which is 10 degrees below normal. The wind chill this morning will make it feel like -30, improving to -15 this afternoon. We'll see mainly sunny skies with increasing cloudiness near noon as our next system approaches. But here's the kicker. Tonight is going to be even colder with temperatures dropping to -22 degrees. The wind chill overnight will plunge to -31 degrees, potentially the coldest night in years for southern Ontario. Some areas could see wind chills approaching -40 by Saturday morning. My goodness! As we head into tonight, a few flurries will begin before morning with 2 to 4 centimeters possible. There's even a risk of snow squalls developing before morning as lake effect kicks in. All right, let's shift our focus to areas already getting hammered with snow squalls today. Simcoe County and Barrie are under an official yellow snow squall warning from Environment Canada issued at 6:25 p.m. Friday evening. These areas are seeing near zero visibility at times with an additional 5 to 10 centimeters of snow today. And this comes on top of what's already been a brutal week for these communities. Many areas have already picked up 25 to 50 centimeters of snow this week from relentless lake effect bands. Highway 400 between Mere and Barrie and Highway 11 between Bracebridge and Orillia are especially vulnerable today. If you're traveling through there, expect rapidly accumulating snow and poor visibility. Over in Grey Bruce, Environment Canada's official yellow snow squall warnings remain in effect and continue through tonight. Areas around Port Elgin, Chadsworth, and Hanover could see over 50 centimeters of total accumulation by tomorrow morning. Wind gusts up to 60 kilometers per hour are creating blowing snow and extremely low visibility. All schools in the Grey Bruce region are closed today, and multiple highways have been shut down. The snow squalls from Lake Huron are expected to linger overnight before gradually weakening Saturday morning. Now, let's talk about the major winter storm coming Sunday, and these are official government weather alerts. Environment Canada has issued an official yellow winter storm watch for Toronto and the GTA as of 5:32 a.m. this morning. According to Environment Canada, this is rated as a high-impact event with moderate forecast confidence. Let me break down exactly what Environment Canada is forecasting. Snowfall amounts of 15 to 30 centimeters with locally higher amounts. The timing breaks down into two distinct phases that could really pile up the snow totals. Early Sunday morning, we're expecting lake effect snowbands to develop off Lake Ontario, driven by easterly winds. This phase alone could drop 10 to 20 centimeters before the main system even arrives, setting the stage for big totals. Then Sunday afternoon, widespread snow will begin as the northern edge of a U.S. system grazes southern Ontario. Snow intensity will increase through the afternoon and really ramp up during the evening hours. And here's where it gets interesting. There's potential for an embedded lake effect streamer to develop over the western GTA. If this band materializes over downtown Toronto or Mississauga, snowfall rates could double or even triple in that narrow corridor. That's what we call lake enhancement, and it can lead to dramatically different totals over very short distances. The highest snowfall totals are expected along the northern and western shoreline of Lake Ontario. That's the bullseye zone. Toronto, Vaughan, Mississauga, Oakville, and Burlington are looking at 20 to 40 centimeters of total accumulation. Somewhere between Oshawa and Oakville, we could see localized pockets approaching 40 centimeters. Current data suggests those hotspots will likely focus on parts of Toronto and the immediate shoreline. East of Toronto, areas like Pickering, Ajax, Oshawa, Bowmanville, and Cobourg are also in that 20 to 40 range. Heading further east, Belleville, Brighton, and Kingston can expect 20 to 30 centimeters with lake enhancement possible. For areas like Markham, Richmond Hill, BMPton, and Vaughan, we're looking at 20 to 25 centimeters of accumulation. Now, as we move away from the lake, totals do start to decrease, but it's still significant snow. Kitchener, Waterloo, GE, Orangeville, Newmarket, and Peterborough are expecting 15 to 20 centimeters. Further north in places like Barrie, Aurelia, and east toward Ottawa, we're looking at 10 to 15 centimeters. Hamilton and Burlington also have an official yellow snow watch from Environment Canada, though their forecast is more uncertain. They're looking at 10 to 20 centimeters with the possibility of locally higher amounts from lake enhancement. The lake effect band may actually sink southward through Oakville, Burlington, and Hamilton overnight as winds shift. Small shifts in the storm track could significantly impact these totals, which is why there's still some uncertainty. One thing's for certain, though, this will be the second major snowstorm to hit southern Ontario in just over a week. Back on January 15th, Hamilton saw 18 centimeters, while St. Catharines recorded 27 centimeters in a single day. Many municipalities are still dealing with cleanup from that storm. And now here comes round two. The snow will continue Sunday night with winds gusting to 50 kilometers per hour, creating blowing snow and near-zero visibility. There's a possibility the snow could persist into Monday morning, especially in areas along the lake. At Pearson Airport, we're expecting 20 centimeters or more to fall between noon Sunday and early Monday morning. That's going to cause major delays and cancellations for anyone with travel plans, so prepare accordingly. Now, let me explain why this forecast is particularly challenging from a meteorological standpoint. Because there's real uncertainty here. The biggest question mark is how far northwest the main precipitation bands will be able to push into southern Ontario. Weather models still aren't fully aligned on the exact placement of the heaviest snow bands. Central and southwestern Ontario are right on the edge of the storm's reach, sitting in that critical transition zone. If the system tracks slightly further east, some of these areas could see very little snow at all, maybe just a few centimeters. But if it tracks a bit more west, accumulating snow would push much deeper into southern Ontario and expand the impact zone. The confidence is much higher for areas closer to and east of the Lake Ontario shoreline. Those regions are definitely getting accumulating snow. It's just a question of how much they'll ultimately receive. Another complication is the cold temperatures we're dealing with, because this will be very light and fluffy snow. That type of snow accumulates extremely rapidly and is very difficult for plows to keep up with. Roads and walkways are going to be very difficult to navigate with sudden visibility reductions to near zero at times. The 401 through Toronto and the Golden Horseshoe Corridor will be especially treacherous Sunday afternoon and evening. Road closures are definitely possible, and there may be significant impacts on rush hour traffic Monday morning. All right, let's look at the extended forecast, because the pattern